Peace to everybody out there in the internet universe. I'm the one and only Shakori Sean, and thank you for tuning back into my YouTube channel, right? So, yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, right? If you are a familiar face here, or if my face is familiar to you, and if I'm new to you, welcome. You will want to stay. This is going to be a great reading, all right? And my book, just to let you know, my books are open. My links will be in my bio for those who want to book their one-on-one with me, all right? So, um, let's go ahead and get it. So, what is the story of this reading, right? Give me the story of this reading and the challenges they're going to. What is the storyline of this reading right now? Show me, show me, show me. Okay, show me the story. Okay. So this storyline is first giving like someone you met online. You know, this 2025. We meet people online. This is someone you met online. You guys might be distant. Like you guys are not in a relationship yet, right? And I'm not gonna say if you met in person or not or whatever. But this is someone that you met online, and usually this is like there's a little bit of distance in between two people as well. So either you met online or you are just right now you're only able to communicate through the phone over distance, right? Through text or Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, right? And so right now, we see someone kind of like being a bit reserved because they are contemplating whether or not they have what it takes to commit, like to be a type of like husband figure or be some type of father figure, right? This person, like, and I'm guessing this is in the masculine, right? They're contemplating, and they're also contemplating whether or not like they have the emotional wherewithal, or if this is like the family, like can you basically, this is someone who's heavily contemplating whether or not they can show up and be like that man or be that person in your life. And they're also wondering and figuring out, like, is this the right family, right? Is this the right family I could be with? Is this person, can we be a family together? Is the kind of thinking that this person is thinking about, right? So I think it's like the story is giving me, you're having these text conversations, someone that you met online or someone who you were together with, but you guys are now separate, right? Physically separated. Wherever it is going on, there's physical separation here because there's only communication over distances, right? And there's this deep contemplation around family, support, legacy, right? There's very deep contemplation around this because I think this, whoever this person is like they're looking to see if they can make to fully commit to this. This is before commitment, right? This is like a before commitment process where someone is deeply thinking, can't, because this is a big deal, right? You're my husband, I'm your wife. You're my wife, I'm your husband. We're partners, right? It's a big deal to commit. And so this person's kind of like looking at themselves, looking at the scenario, looking at your emotional nature, looking at if you are a sound person emotionally that they can invest into, right? Is this valuable? Is this worth it? We gonna see. Okay. So this masculine that's, doing this heavy thinking and all this kind of stuff, I want to get more insight into their thoughts and what they're thinking about my friend here. Like, what are they thinking about this feminine that is currently watching this reading? What is this masculine at a distance that's thinking and contemplating deeply about family? Like, what else is, what are they thinking about the feminine that's watching this? Yes. Yeah. So it's like, again, this masculine of the monk, again, this is someone who is very cerebral, first and foremost. You're dealing with a very extremely cerebral type of person, right? This is a masculine that's super cerebral and they think deeply about everything. But this is indicating to me that they might be kind of overthinking scenarios and situations and all that type of stuff like that. This person does their best to be very disciplined and they put a lot of rules on themselves to try to behave and do certain things in a certain way, but they always end up breaking those rules. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that they're trying to like also kind of place these rules on you. I think you guys are opposite personalities. I think this person is like very like ordered and structured and disciplined, and you might be a bit more like freeform, a bit more chaotic, a bit more creative, a bit more, you know, like you don't need a plan. You'll just kind of go where the wind takes you, right? And I think they might secretly judge that, but they also feel like, you know, they're thinking about you and they're like, you know, a bit optimistic in the back of their mind, right? In the back of their mind, they're a bit more optimistic in terms of like what you guys could be committed. But I say that it's in the back of their mind because it's the last card that I pulled on their thought process and what they're thinking about you. But it's just like this person, they can be kind of critical. You know what I mean? Like, this can be kind of a critical person, but it's not a personal thing, right? This person's highly self-critical. So if you know that you're dealing with someone who's highly critical, a little judgmental, but they do that to themselves first and foremost. All right. They probably have like a very high-strung personality. All right, because this person wants to be some sort of perfectionist. I'm picking up on perfectionism, and I think that this is why, even in the distance, like this person is deeply thinking, like I said, very deeply thinking, very cerebral, very, you know, I don't know. This person runs through scenarios a lot in their mind. Okay, all the worst possible scenarios first, that kind of vibe. So give me a fuller picture. Show me their emotions and their heart of heart. How are they feeling about their distant friend right here? What are their true feelings for my feminine watching this video? This is their story. What is this person? What are their true feelings? What is this? Mm-hmm. Yeah. This doesn't surprise me. Conservation's in the 7th house. So what this oracle is telling me is like this person, like they feel like if you guys are going to be together, you have to be on the same page, the same program, right? This person could just have a lot of thoughts and beliefs. They could be deeply religious, and not even just religious in like a part of any particular faith, but they're just very religious and very strict about the way that they do things, the way that they go about life. They probably do the same things every single day, right? And they're like, you know, for me to go into commitment, they're feeling like emotionally that you two are gonna have to be like, when they say like one, you're gonna have to be one. Like, you're gonna have to be on the same page as them, as far as like their program. You're gonna have to get on their program. You're gonna have to get in line with the direction and the will that they are setting forth, right? This is someone, they could typically be like a know-it-all, but This person has a certain thing for you. Like I said, I think that you're like this creative type of person. You're different from them in that sense, where you're a bit more wild and free, and this person is a bit more structured and composed, right? But they this person also wants to support your creativity and your freedom. Okay, I don't think that they necessarily want to cut that part off you, but they do want you to kind of get in line with them, right? And kind of just follow along with me and just do what I do. And yes, I'm going to support you. I'm going to support you emotionally and that kind of stuff. Like, they're going to support your creative adventures and all that different types of stuff. I do see this person, I think they are doing some like inner work where they're addressing their own mental issues that they have going on. This person has some sort of something going on with them emotionally, something from their past, could be childhood trauma, whatever, and they are really addressing it, and they could be addressing it aggressively. Because whatever it is, I think they recognize it impacts how they show up in relationships. And remember, this is someone who is deeply, they when I pulled the first scenario, this is someone who is in deep contemplation. And not only are they assessing their ability to show up and be a husband, be a father, be a good, great partner, but they're looking into their own emotional nature and why they behave and do the things that they do, right? They're looking deep within their subconscious. So I think they found some things, some mother wounds, this or that, and they are beginning to address their own emotional issues. Okay? And I think that's like because of relating to you. I think, you could have been like a mirror to this person, and showed them that, hey, I'm not the problem. It's something going on inside of you, right? And I think it made them have to sit back and reflect and look at themselves more. So let's see. What is this person's intentions towards my feminine watching this? What is my person's intentions of my feminine watching this? That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, I'm pulling another card before I go on to read. I'm liking what I'm seeing already. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. These are some great intentions. Okay, look, like I said, this person tends to have strong beliefs, right? That you could be dealing with someone who just tends to have a very strong belief system, right? About how things should go, right? Even if they have belief of, this is how you. They're typically like, how they say it's like more than one way to skin a cat. They're like, no, it's one way to skin a cat properly. It could be that type of person. But for you, their intentions is to kind of like, they're trying to like let go of this thing where they're so like locked into what they believe and their perspective and their way being the right way. I think you kind of like shook this person up, okay? Because you definitely have this person just relaxing their perspective, man. It's like sometimes the biggest issue in relationship is that people are holding too hard onto their perspective as if it's the absolute truth, without being able to do empathy. Like, and you have this person looking deep into their emotions. They're literally like this person is looking deep into their emotions. They're trying to understand their emotions. They're also trying to understand your emotions. Okay, maybe you are more emotionally expressive than this person, and typically that would run them off. And I'm picking up on it's because where they are now in their life. Maybe it's their age. Maybe they've been through enough relationships where the literal same exact thing has happened, and so they have to realize it's not other people, it's me, right? And so that's what I think is going on with this person. But this person is deeply trying to understand your emotions as well as their own emotions, and their intentions. They want to come through. They want to be passionate towards you. They want to take a risk on this relationship, right? They're willing to bust past all of their emotional trauma, their fears, their blocks, their doubts and insecurities in order to make this relationship happen. Okay, you really have this person doing some inner work Kudos, okay? You really got this person doing a lot of inner work. And we need more masculines doing their inner work, okay? Because why the hell the feminists always got to do all the goddamn emotional labor, right? No. Everyone needs to do their own work. Everybody. Okay? So let's actually see, like, what is this person's damage? Like, what's their trauma? Like, why are they behaving the way that they're behaving in relation to my family? Like, what is actually their, like, inner, like, subconscious trauma as far as, like, this relationship goes? Like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's just like, again, this person, I think that you come from, like, I don't think this person is religious right now, but I think you were dealing with someone who has, like, religious wounds, right? Because and they were taught certain things, like, about love, about relationships, and what a masculine, what a man does, how a man shows up, and about, like, they have a lot of rules in place subconsciously around love, sex, how a man operates within a relationship, and and how marriage goes. Like, this is just the whole thing. This person has, like, deep spiritual wounds around that. They were like, it was really judged and preached to them and drilled into their head. This is what a wife does. This is what a husband does. This is how what marriages look like. This is what love is. This from a religious standpoint. Okay? Like, this person has some deep religious wounds, and they are undoing. You might be dealing with someone who has recently kind of went through an awakening, right? This is someone who could have been a type that's, like, they were, like, a Christian for, like, the first 28 years of their life, and now they're not, and they are, like, decolonizing their minds, and breaking out of the structure of, like, patriarchal worldview thinking and a Christian worldview thinking, and understanding that there's, like, more than just that worldview, right? And so that's what that's what this person's, like, dealing with. And this relationship, and I think it's just at the right time for this person, for them, they're doing a lot of deconstruction, right? And a lot of decolonizing of their mind. Deep. That's deep right there. That's real deep. Okay. Let's see. That was real deep. I wasn't expecting to hit that. There's so okay. So now we're just gonna, what's going on with my feminine in this story? Show me what's going on with my feminine in this story. Show me what's going on with my feminine in this story. My person who's reading this, show me what's going on with them right now. Yeah, okay, look. It's like you have the capacity to be committed to this person, to be this person's backbone. You really would like to support them, pray for them, hold them, nurture them, right? You have the capacity to nurture them. But you too are also wondering, does this person have what it takes to be my husband? Do they have, I think you guys, like, whoever you're dealing with, and I think you, like, you're just in that time period in your life where it's like, marriage is on the table. Like, marriage is on the table. Deep emotional, spiritual connection is pretty evident. Like, it's evident in this relationship. Um, and I think that you're also, like, that you have the capacity to be this person's wife, to be this person's partner, right? And to be their almost like a spiritual backbone, which is so interesting that that's coming out. But you're also wondering, is are they going to man up? Are they going to step to the plate? Right, I see that in a mental space with you. It's like you looking at them and wondering, are they going to stand up? Are they going to are they going to be somewhere? And I think it's the masculine who is not where the feminine is. I think like you guys, even like I'm pulling more and getting more information about this particular story, is that I'm seeing it's like the masculine maybe moves around for work. So it could be like a trucker or something. I think that that's like what the distance is, right? Someone who has to move around for work. You know, that kind of stuff. Somebody who does swing jobs or, all of that. So let's see, how should the feminine move forward in relation to this masculine? How should she move forward in relation to this masculine? How should she continue to move forward in relation with this masculine figure? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised by that. Mm-hmm. Okay. I got it. Okay, so the first things first is we're just gonna have you releasing the peacekeeper. You have to come to peace with where you are in relation with this person right now. If there's distance, if it's not that much communication, you have to like really become at peace with that. Right? If you're experiencing anxiety, depression, or going through mood swings because you and this person are not connected how you desire for you to be connected, you need to turn more of your focus inward. You need to turn more of your focus towards your source of creation. Whoever your God is, whoever you pray to, you need to turn more of your energy and focus towards that in versus towards this person, right? So if you've been trying, this is a message for some people. If you've been trying to manifest this person, you've been trying to draw this person into you, you've been trying to you need to stop. Put your energy into just being whole and one and complete yourself, right? You need to prioritize yourself, right? That's kind of where you need to go. And not just prioritizing yourself, but prioritizing your relationship with the source within you, the power that's inside of you. You need to draw your power back into yourself from yourself, okay? And also you just need to release control. Release all control as far as this person. You can't raise no man, child. That was his mama job when he was a boy, okay? You can't raise no man. And you got to release the control. You can't force this person to step up. But what you can do is judge and scrutinize their leadership skills, okay? Is this person going to take the initiative? Is this person going to step up and be the leader in this relationship? Are they going to do it? Are they going to initiate? Are they going to take the reins? Right? You have all these ideas and you want to think and contemplate. And I know this person not doing too much communication because it's too much monk energy. The monk masculine energy is not about an initiation, like initiating, right? The monk is a submissive type of like androgynous masculine energy, okay? And so that means that this masculine being in their monk energy is more up here in their mind. They're thinking. This is a thinking man, not the doing man. So you got you a thinking man, but he needs to start doing. And that's what you're waiting on. You're like, you know, it's probably the conversation is probably here and there, here and there, here and there. I didn't see that there was zero communication. I just saw that, you know, this person's at a distance. This person, like, the communication is sometimesy, okay? And that could probably cause anyone a little bit of anxiety. But you just have to give it to God, baby. Tell God your problems. Tell God what's going on with the relationship. Ask God to work it out. You need to do that type of work. That's the type of work as far as like being in like your energy, your feminine essence. You just need to pray and give it to God. Let God know what's going on. And when it comes to this person, yeah, you need to look, what's the measure of a man for you? Okay, is this person meeting the measure of a man for you, or the measure of a leader, the measure of masculinity for you? Right? Only you know that. I don't know that. But you need to know if they're doing it for you or not. Okay? And that's how you need to move forward. Become at peace. Give all your problems to God. You know, hey, I want this person to come back. I want this person to, you know, to cherish me, to initiate, to take the lead. But you know, I gotta give it to you, God. I can't sit around here waiting forever. Right? I gotta give it to you, and I'm gonna let you work it out. And if this person step up, they step up. If they don't, they don't. Okay? I'm gonna pull one more card, one more insight. Like, what internally, what is my feminine working out? What's their own subconscious thing that they need to be working out within themselves? What's their inner work they have to do right now in order to shift their relationship dynamics? What's their inner work? Your inner work. So you could have some sort of like you can't make this up. You can have some sort of subconscious programming where you oftentimes um, deal with people that are far away from you, or deal with people like that's a pattern, right? It could be a pattern that you deal with long distance lovers, and I would know because I'll be having that pattern too. But it's something about you being stuck in that pattern, and I think that that's what you need to work out with inside of yourself. Is like, why even when I do want to get close to somebody, they seem distant, right? It could be out of abandonment. It could be out of a lot of different things. But that's definitely like something I think that you should look into, right? That if you have this pattern of, yeah, like I'm just connected and drawn to people who don't live near me, who don't live in my same city, county, or country, or if they do, they move away. That's a subconscious pattern that you have that you can break. Okay, you gotta have to do some inner work around that. But you know, I don't know, child. That's a doozy. That's a lot to work out. Let me look at that again. Yeah, you're gonna have to break that subconscious pattern, child. So that you know, if that's a subconscious pattern for you, it's like you might feel it could be a lot of things. You know, you could feel safer for, even though it doesn't consciously feel good to you, for some reason maybe you feel safer when the person you're into is distant. And so we subconsciously create relationships and we draw in people that are physically distant from us, right? Because emotionally that makes us feel safe, right? It's all some crazy stuff. All this stuff works out crazy, child. I didn't make it up. It's just crazy. Sometimes it gets annoying for me. But yeah, you can do that kind of work. Focus on that, breaking that pattern inside of yourself so that you can create a closer relationship. You know, if you need help with that, or you want a one-on-one reading, my links are going to be in my bio, and they're going to be in the description of this so that you can book with me. I only do readings 2 days out the week, so go ahead, get your booking in, because them things be filling up fast. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Comment down below. Let me know if this is your story, what you think, and how you felt about it. All right? Peace.